Well, importantly, Boris Johnson sets out his determination to bring the United Kingdom, Great Britain and Northern Ireland both out of the customs union. He says that's important, vital as far as he's concerned, because he wants Great Britain and Northern Ireland to be able to negotiate separate trade deals with other countries, including, of course, and most importantly, the United States. As things stand, whilst Britain remained in the customs union, that was impossible because the European Union imposes its own tariffs. So it will be impossible for the United Kingdom to negotiate with another partner. By coming out, it can establish whatever tariffs suit it with that partner. So that's the first important point. The second one is that Great Britain will come out of the single market, but Northern Ireland will remain within the single market. Now, the single market is it's the regulatory body which establishes the rules, safety, health, quality on goods of any kind, moving within the single market. Northern Ireland is going to stay in it. Great Britain is going to leave, at least for 4 years. And within the island of Ireland, there will be a unified regulatory space. That means that Northern Irish farmers, for instance, will be able to take their produce to the Republic without having to go through that regulatory process. But goods coming from Great Britain into Northern Ireland will have to go through regulatory checks. In other words, a border will be established effectively down the Irish Sea so that British goods coming to Northern Ireland will either be checked at the port where they come in or at the airport where they come in. There is going to have to be a second border as well, because by us making the United Kingdom, Great Britain and Northern Ireland, one customs space, that means that goods leaving Northern Ireland going into the Republic of Ireland will have to have a customs check. Now, the big question here is where it's going to take place. The big fear in Ireland is that this would lead to a hard border. Boris Johnson has said that he will commit Britain never to imposing a hard border between Northern Ireland and the Republic. The problem is, how do you do that? And so far, nobody in the European Union, including, of course, Ireland, is convinced that it's possible, despite all Boris Johnson's assurances that it is.
So given all of that, is there any chance that this plan will work?
It looks at this stage, it has to be said, extremely unlikely. The European Union is trying to be as even-handed as possible at this stage on the proposals made by Boris Johnson, because effectively it has to show willing. What it's worried about is that if it is immediately negative to the proposals put forward by Johnson, which he says are a compromise, the European Union will look as though it's the awkward partner, and Boris Johnson will be able to make political capital out of that. So they're going out of their way at the moment, despite their clear reservations about it. And Michel Barnier, the negotiator, Jean-Claude Juncker as well, have both made clear that they have serious reservations. They're trying to show willing at this stage, but it doesn't look right now is that this is going to go very far, because the objections are really serious, and particularly the objections coming from the Irish Prime Minister Leo Varadkar, who said this is removing a legal guarantee, in other words, the backstop that came with the withdrawal agreement, and replacing it with a promise of good behaviour. And as far as Ireland's concerned, that's a bad deal.
Rob, thank you for that.